tip. And not only is it a tip, but it's a tip from a very definite demographic of Prince Edward Island. And that is the demographic that truly loves Prince Edward Island, truly loves the produce she produces, and yet can't cook worth a darn. I mean, I can't even cook 3 pork chops without charring one end and having the other end being raw. Excuse me, I have a bit of a cold too. Selfless of me to be doing this. And here's this man who's cooking an entire pig all by himself. Yes, Chef Michael did take the little mop thing and put it into the bucket of sauce and swab it on a few times. But for the most part, that man cooked an entire pig by himself. It's unbelievable. It's wonderful. But to somebody like me and my demographic, it's unbelievable. Nevertheless, I have a tip for you. Now, this is going to seem rather foolish because who of us don't already have 1,000 quarter-used, half-used, 3/4-used bottles of salad dressing in the refrigerator, 850 of which have passed their expiry date. Nevertheless, I am going to show you how to cook from scratch salad dressing. Can you use the word cook when you're not using heat? I'm going to show you how to make salad dressing from scratch. Now, you start with an ingredient that I really detest. As I said, selfless. Mayonnaise. Go down to your local shop and buy a bottle of mayonnaise. Take a container. Any container will do. In fact, probably a used Cool Whip container would be a good idea. Can you use the word Cool Whip on a food country show? Is that a dirty word, Cool Whip? It's not? All right then. Use an old Cool Whip container. Take a cup of mayonnaise and blort it into your Cool Whip container. Place it gently into your Cool Whip container. Then take a tablespoon, or maybe it's a teaspoon. It's one of the two. Start with a teaspoon and go up to maybe a tablespoon of vinegar. Now, not that $1,500 per 4-ounce balsamic vinegar stuff. No, go out and buy yourself one of those big old jugs of white vinegar. The type that if a tablespoon went missing, no one's going to notice. Whereas if a tablespoon of that balsamic vinegar went missing, that $1,500 stuff, well, the police would be called, wouldn't they? I mean, really? The other thing is, I'll take my large bottle of 0.00001 cent per ounce white vinegar and put it up against your $1,500 per 4-ounce balsamic vinegar in a cleaning test any day. My white vinegar will win every single time. Anyway, so you've carefully placed your mayonnaise into your container. And then you put in your teaspoon, tablespoon of white vinegar. Okay? A twist of pepper, a twist of salt. Now, here comes the really important part. When you put that lid on, put put it on really, really tight. Get it really, really, really well sealed because you are going to shake that thing like mad so that it all becomes combined. That's a culinary term, combined, blended so that it all becomes blended. Now, if you aren't so fortunate to have a Cool Whip container, then you could always get a bowl and carefully place all of those same ingredients into the bowl. And if you have a whisk, then, well, if you don't have a whisk like me, you can always use a fork and stir it around also like mad until it's totally blended. Okay, now set that aside because here comes the good part. You're going to take a glass bowl. Now it can be a salad bowl that's glass or any bowl that's glass. The important thing is that you'll be able to see what's inside. Take some beautiful lettuce, some beautiful fresh Prince Edward Island carrots chopped up. Yeah, it's amazing. Even if you go to the supermarket and buy carrots on Prince Edward Island, when you break them, they'll still snap and they're still so full of flavor. Broccoli, cauliflower, leeks, green onions, boiled up PEI beets, chopped, place those in there. Anything you want, any vegetable you want, go ahead, throw it in. The more the merrier, the more colorful the better. You know, I don't know what it is. I'm not a chemist, never mind a cook. I'm not a chemist, so I don't know if it's our soils on Prince Edward Island or our amazingly pure groundwater, the amazing care with which our farmers put into producing our vegetables. I don't know what it is, but Prince Edward Island produce has an amazingly wonderful flavor. It's something that I cannot describe to you. It's something that you would have to actually taste for yourself to understand. Anyway, so now you have your beautiful bowl of vegetables displayed in some sort of a glass container. Now you take your made from scratch mayonnaise, salad dressing, and you pour. You know, there's some people who would actually like this salad dressing, some people would actually like this salad dressing. So you take the salad dressing that you've made from scratch and you didn't do it. You cannot pour that mess over top of all of those beautiful vegetables. I'm sorry, you just cannot do it. Oh well, I guess that's the end. So I'll say, oh yes, I have a theme song. Lest sometime in the future my incredibly busy work life and my equally incredibly busy social life stop laughing. Stop laughing now. Should allow me to bring you another such tip. So here is my theme song. If you don't know how to cook, do the dishes. If you don't know how to cook, do the dishes. If you don't know how to cook and you know it and you really don't want to blow it. If you don't know how to cook, do the dishes. And that is my real tip, because it seems only fair that on an island that produces such amazingly wonderful produce, that we also seem to produce amazingly wonderful cooks. In my little village alone, there's probably 80% of the adults who cook really, really well. And if you're not afraid of getting your hands wet and dirty by doing the dishes, then, every Sunday, every once in a while, you might be invited over to eat their amazing cooking. And that's my real tip. So, Tabalev, Mar sin léi.